Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got more updates regarding the 2024 elections. The hilarious stuff. It's not funny. I shouldn't joke about it, but the stuff that's going on with all the protests and freedom for Palestine, and then you see at multiple different campuses these same exact tents being pitched, bought by the same exact people. It's just a coincidence. This is all happening at the same time. Of course, very similar to the BLM riots. But either way, guys, what's going on right now with Biden, and it's getting so bad. Biden has introduced a change to his White House departure and return routine. Instead of walking across the South Lawn to and from Marine One by himself, he is now often surrounded by aides. Apparently, some of his advisors have said that they're concerned of videos of Biden walking and shuffling alone, especially across the grass, have highlighted his age. And you can see him. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. The guy can barely move at this point. That is why the strategy here is to hide him every chance possible. It's going to be very interesting, though. They can't do a repeat of 2020. 2020, the pandemic was the greatest thing ever for the Democrats. With Trump's economy, that was one of his huge strengths. And then it gets weakened severely. He shuts the country down during his re-election year. And it also allows Biden and gives him the excuse to completely hide throughout the entire election season. And then Biden gets the most votes ever. And then liberals get triggered and whine and cry and stomp when you question that, a guy who hid in his basement for basically the entire election season, how does he get the most votes ever? That's very interesting. But no, you can't do that. You're disgusting. You're racist. You're terrible. Speaking of racism, boy, we've had some racism going on in this country over the past few weeks with these pro-Palestine protesters. Of course, many of them liberal. Let's see, what do we have going on here? Happening now, UCLA. By the way, man, what is going on with these colleges, especially the high academic colleges, the Ivy League schools? It is so much worse than I originally thought, because everyone knew that these colleges were being infiltrated. Like, the idea of having your professors at, let's just say Columbia, for example, because that's a big one where a lot of these riots are going on. 99% of the professors are liberal. Oh yeah, that's really healthy for forming young people's minds on American political discourse, when in reality, the real situation is we're very split down the middle. I actually think the country is more conservative than liberal. There's just so much more of a higher liberal mainstream narrative that it gets cloudy and they try and swing it. But no, America is a conservative society, and then at all these top colleges where you're getting the best education ever and you're paying $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year. By the way, how about the thing that just came out on Biden? Boy, I wish you guys had seen some of my previous videos. I had mocked the Democrats because I knew this was coming and said, oh, just wait for it during the election year. Guys, it's a miracle. If you have an arts degree, Joe Biden, our hero, he's gonna take care of all your debt. You just have to vote for him. We're not buying your votes. No, no, no. But let's see. What is this happening now? UCLA, politically uninvolved students are blocked from going to class. Oh, this wasn't the tweet. No, there was a tweet where they were identifying pro-Palestine support. You know what? I shouldn't even be showing this, because this is the thing with this type of stuff. A lot of people get very angry at these protesters and lash out and want them to be arrested and want them to be reprimanded. You've just got to ignore them. These people want attention. They don't care about anyone else. They want attention. They don't care about inconveniencing you. They want attention. If they did these protests and nobody covered it, just like a troll on Twitter, when they don't get a response, they go back into their hole. But unfortunately, it's become this big thing. I'm sure this is a funded operation. You can see at different campuses the same tents going up. It's all bought and paid for, of course. Or otherwise, oh yeah, it's just all happening at the same time. I guess you could argue that, well, because other people are doing it, it's motivating more people to do it. I don't know the thought. And these are young kids. They have no clue. But it's just crazy to me. These are obviously all liberals who are protesting pro-Palestine. And I'm not going to get into the Israel versus Palestine, but there was a new poll. I don't know if it was Emerson. Somebody came out with a new poll. It was crazy. About 80% of Americans support Israel over Palestine. But these kids, the thought process, you support Palestine. Palestine literally hates gay people, like legitimately hates gay people. And you want those people to be free? And Palestine, who's controlled by Hamas, who's a terrorist organization, that's who you want to be free. And then they say, no, we just want the people to be free. Yeah, but if they're free, the people above them are going to have more power to do what they want, like Hamas. And a lot of these people like Hamas. I mean, we know the TikTok trend that came out like a year ago where a lot of these kids, unfortunately, openly supported Osama bin Laden. They said he was well within his rights to commit 9/11. And it's unfortunate they're so brainwashed. They hate America. And let's see, what is this? We've got this old guy, you little fucking 26-year-old. Oh, is he talking to me? Guys, I'm a little bit younger than 26, I'll be honest. But he's lashing out, mocking young people who don't roll over and vote Democrat. And I don't know if these numbers are actually, maybe it is the millennials who are just absurdly liberal now that I think about it. Because in general, young people are going to be more liberal. That's how it works. You gain life experience, you turn conservative, you get married, you have kids. That's normally how it goes. When you're younger, there's a higher chance of you being liberal, especially young women, mainly liberal, single. It's that type of category. But it does seem like there is a bit of a shift with young people being more conservative. And you would think if that were the case, like, there was a poll that said 18 to 29-year-olds. I don't know if Trump was winning them. There's no way Trump could be winning 18 to 29-year-olds. There's just no chance. But it must be the millennials that are really carrying all the water for the Democrats, because obviously the older people are all conservative. And you would just think if younger people are going to the right, Trump would trounce Biden in a potential election and just win in a total landslide, possibly over 350, 370 electoral votes, if that is the case. But like, look at this script. There's going to be no government left with Trump. There's going to be no rights. Oh my God, this sounds terrible. This is so sad. Donald Trump, who probably is going to win, he is going to, I guess, imprison Christian nationalism. We've got this CNN poll that came out, this was about a week ago, opinion of presidency, success versus failure. These numbers say that Trump's going to win this election by 5 or 6 points. 55% deem Trump's presidency as a success, 16 points higher than Biden. And it is just a poll, but that is a stark difference when you compare the two. And obviously it is a very unique situation with both Trump and Biden previously being president. Also, Emerson, huge polling update. This was yesterday. Trump up in basically every swing state. Michigan, it's very close. Nevada, Trump was only up +1 there. You'd like to see a little bit bigger lead if you are Trump, considering we've seen like 7 or 8 straight polls with him, average being up about 4 or 5, but still, that's kind of just nitpicking. Trump looking good at this point over Biden, and I cannot see, I mean, listen, nobody really knows. There are so many people that just hate Trump no matter what. There are so many people that are going to be swayed by Trump's a criminal, Trump this, that. But I do think there is a genuine consensus among independent people that Trump is probably going to be the choice. Trump's presidency was significantly more peaceful. Average Americans were in significantly better places, and Biden can say, well, I took over during the pandemic. Well, yeah, if the Democrats had been in power during the pandemic, we would have had, there's no way our economy would have ever recovered because they would have shut it down for many months straight. Remember the fear-mongering about that when they told Trump, you have to shut it down, you're killing people, and then they fear-mongered against DeSantis and said that he was killing people, and he ends up being completely right. And that actually catapults conservatives to taking Florida, and that's why it's not a swing state at this point. Amazing. But either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.